Let's see if this is plus size friendly. Like if you can get it up your legs if you're plus size. What? Why am I putting this on the internet? Hey kind people, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys had a fantastic week, and now it's time for me to show you a week in my life. Here's a sneak peek of one of my favorite new drinks that'll be coming up in this week's What I Eat in a Day. But we got into some fun this week, guys. Bird watching. Look at this little trespasser on my balcony, and it gets even better. I know you guys love our four-legged friends, and we had salad together this week. I started off with putting away all of these clothes, which, to be completely honest, they sat on my couch for 2 days before I folded them, and then once I folded them, they sat on my ottoman for 2 days. Can anyone else relate? One of the best things about vlogging for me is that it encourages me to get shit done, and hopefully it motivates you to get shit done too. We're just a team of get shit doners, right? And this giant pile of clothes is all activewear. Didn't I just declutter activewear? It's too much. It really is too much activewear. But I did order some more active things from an influencer called Dana Eve, and I'll show you it now. So these are the fitness bands that I bought. They're by an influencer named Dana Eve. I know nothing about this woman. I don't know her, but a girl that I follow on Instagram had a code for like 15% off of her bands. So I've been looking for some, and they're literally out of stock everywhere because of quarantine. But this girl still had them in stock, so I just went with these. They come in a little mesh bag, and it says DE, Dana Eve, Live Clean, Train Mean. And then there are 3 long bands. I think this must be the light. This must be the medium, maybe. Yeah, and then this is the heavy. So these are long bands for like full body and for upper body. And then I'm just gonna throw those on the ground. And then there are 2 leg, like booty bands. So one is light medium and one's medium heavy. I'm not really sure which one is which right now. And then they come in this little mesh bag, which this bag actually feels pretty darn high quality. And for all of these, I think it was $69 or something like that, which is a pretty good deal because these bands on their own usually range from $20 to $25 each on other websites that I had been stalking, waiting for restocks. And then the bands on their own are like 15 to 20 depending what company. So getting all of this for $69 I thought was a decent deal. And let's do some fooling around. Why not? So this is one of the long bands. This is the light long band. And I see people to do arm stuff like bicep curls, to do this. Oh yeah, I feel it. Oh yeah. And if you step on the middle and like this, you can do some bend over rows. Oh wow. And this is the light. This is good. And I see people do other stuff like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Oh, it's heavy. You can do single bicep too. Oh yeah, I feel it. Ooh. And this is the light, guys. I'm excited for these. Let's see if so this is the light long band. You can also like tie this to a banister, go inside of it for like resistance during like squats and stuff. And then these, I can't tell if this is the light or the medium. Oh, that must be the heavy. I hope this is the heavy, because if that's the light, I'm gonna die. Let's see. Oh, nope. This is the light, so we're gonna die. Let's see. Let's see if this is plus size friendly. Like if you can get it up your legs if you're plus size. What? Why am I putting this on the internet? Okay, so yes, you can get it on your legs and you can separate them enough to squat. Okay, yeah, it fits. And then you can do like stuff like this, you know, that kind of thing, this kind of thing, all kinds of things, side things, you know. There's many things that can be done. And if you're plus size and you're like my size, which is somewhere between a 20 and 24, depending on where you shop, these will fit you. So I'll link them down below. I'll put the code that I used to get, I can't remember. Maybe it was 15, 10, somewhere between 10 and 20% off. They feel good quality. I don't think they're gonna rip or anything. So yeah, and they're the like non-roll kind. Again, don't know who this woman is. I just found some bands and she has like, I don't know if it's a subscription service, but she has workouts too. I was actually using the medium fitness band. My bad, y'all. This is the small or the light. It wouldn't be an Edyn video without me vacuuming. This floor gets so dirty so fast, as you can see, and I do need to also mop it. I just want to shout out to my Dyson. I know one of my friends has a Shark and she just switched to Dyson and she said that the Dyson is far superior. I don't know, I only have a Dyson. I'm just spreading the news of what I heard, but I really do enjoy mine and you can get them for a pretty good price at Costco. And now it's time to give the girls some salad. I just love these sweet babies and it's baby season, so I've been seeing a ton of babies around. And this is just my shameless plug for Diet Dr. Pepper cream soda. It's so good, health and fitness. And here we go, our beautiful little trespasser. Isn't it so cute? And then there's another, is that a cardinal? Am I not smart? Do I not know birds? But I thought that one was a cardinal, maybe. And there's its little friend eating its treat on my balcony. So sweet. And I got a package in the mail from one of my subscribers named Sybil, and her mom does portraits of animals that have passed away. And she made me this drawing of Nicole. Cute, ugly, crying now. Oh my gosh. So I decided I needed to hang my plants because they weren't doing well up by the TV long term. They do well by the window in direct light. So I thought right here would be a happy medium. And honestly, these hooks are so hard to get into the wall, but I finally used all of my strength to get it screwed into the wall. But this is definitely the perfect place for them. It's not too much light, it's the perfect amount of light. How much can a girl talk about light? We get it, Edyn. So I brought over one of my plants and went ahead and hung her. And I wasn't sure which side I wanted to face the light because she does need to fill out on one side. So I ended up hanging her with her hook the opposite of the other plant, and then thought maybe it was just a bit long and needed a summer cut. This is the last plant that I hadn't done a little bit of a cut on, and since it is about time for me to plant the other little plants that I had propagated, I thought I'd get some more started. So I went ahead and started chopping away at her, making sure that I was very careful to cut under mature leaves and to have enough vine in order to get starters from them. I was doing pretty well at this whole process, and then my little hook decided that it was not quite strong enough. I should have used the stud finder. Totally my fault. I did not. I'm just gonna have to put some putty into this hole. But the entire basket fell. And I was so glad it didn't fall on the ground. So I wanted to show you how I cut the plants for propagation, because I didn't really show you guys last time. So you find the stem and then you kind of cut a T on either side of the leaf. And you want to make sure that you cut it so that it absorbs water, and it just needs to be this little T shape, and that's where the roots come out of. I was kind of on the fence if I should dry propagate or wet propagate these ones. I'm just gonna mull it over a little bit because I haven't quite decided. The dry propagation is much easier, honestly, but the thing is, not all of the leaves get roots. So if you dry propagate, you don't have as much control over what the plant's gonna look like as you would if you wet propagated and only planted leaves that ended up rooting. So that's something that I still need to decide on. And these vines, you can actually leave them out for about 2 days before doing this process of cutting. So if you get busy or something, you can definitely leave your vines sitting for a little bit. They won't die right away. And that was the little pot that I was trying to decide if I was going to dry propagate them in that, or if I was going to replant one of my current propagation plants into it. So I just put them in water since I had already cut them, so that I could decide the next morning what to do with them. I was still pretty undecided, so this was the best solution that I had at the time. I do have 2 more plants that aren't hanging currently, and they just don't do well anywhere in my house other than my guest bathroom window. It has a kind of glowing light in that window. It's very dim, and they really prefer that space. So that's really become their home, and I'll show you that later. But if you're wondering where the rest of my plants are, they're currently in the bathroom shower because they're quirky and that's what they like. Imagine if I was able to get all of this into one plant. Oh my gosh, it would be so, so beautiful. And while I was cutting these, I was watching Iskra, you know Iskra from Airy, her birth story. Who else watches birth stories? And I made these tacos in my What I Eat in a Day video. So those are the plants hanging and cut and looking great, and there are the ones in the bathroom. I made my way up to my mom's house, and of course, little Jinxie baby requested that I hold her. She is so cute. I think about taking her home all of the time, but then I don't want Bella to be lonely. And Bella and Jakayla are connected at the hip, so I can't take both of them. Oh, look at that face. And this is my mom's ice cream truck, guys. She's been working on it for a while, and it's almost done. And this is all that she said I could show you, but it's so cute. While I was up there, I stopped at a bakery and got some extra sour sourdough, which is so dang good. The reason I stopped was to get some more eggs. There's just a few places that sell my eggs in Austin, so since I was up there, I picked some up, and I found another soy-free brand, so I decided to give those a try to see if I like those as much as Chertel Creek. And of course, when you have fresh bread, you slather it in butter and you eat it, and this was only 6 points, so yeah. And then I got my scallops ready for the nighttime. I went ahead and defrosted them. I get my scallops from Aldi. They're my favorite ones. And I also got some more Flavor Bomb tomatoes because the lady at Costco stopped me to tell me how good they were. So if someone does that for a product, you should probably buy it. And I did. It's my second container. I really love them. This is just a rare shot of my couch not being a complete disaster because the pillows are usually all super disheveled, but this was the one time. But of course, my living room's always disheveled because I record yoga videos in it. This is my favorite cottage cheese. This is actually the double cream, so it's 6% milk fat. They also have a 4% milk fat and a 2% milk fat. And my mom, while I was there, she cleaned off some of my rings. These were all birthday rings. I think this was my 20th birthday ring, if I'm not mistaken, and that was my 18th birthday ring. That is actually my birthstone. I'm a Sagittarius. And this was my first diamond I got when I was 7 years old, and she sized it up for me a few years ago. And it's so darn cute. And then I have a few bracelets. Do no harm, but take no shit and be kind. It's gangster. I really like those. I needed to do a little bit of studying to make some new yoga videos for YouTube. I like to make sure that I'm never overworking a certain muscle group or being too hard on specific joints for plus size bodies. So I make sure that I revisit my yoga books often to make sure that I'm serving people the best way that I can through yoga. And that's really important to me, to mindfully sequence my yoga to make sure that people have an enjoyable experience and they continue to stay active. I love my prayer card sets. You guys know this. So I decided I would pull a prayer card, our prayer for the day. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans for good and not disaster, to give you a future and a hope. And I think that's something that all of us need right now. A little bit of hope. I have this little book called Be Happy. I got this when I was 17, and I wrote down some pages that were my favorite. So I thought I'd go back and see what was my favorite in this book. So I flipped to page 26, and I saw, I would rather have 30 minutes of wonderful than a lifetime of nothing special. Feel the fear and do it anyway, in anything I've ever done that ultimately was worthwhile initially scared me to death.
The world could fall down, it's gonna be